Good day, all. This is JC from jcmckenzie.com with a question for you today. And the question is, what do you say to yourself when you talk to yourself? What do you say to yourself when you're going about your daily activities like driving your car, mowing your lawn, walking your dog, things like that? What goes through your head? If you had to stop and think about that for a minute, you're in good company, because most of the people that I've asked that question here lately have had to stop and think about it because they'd never really thought about it before. I know I hadn't. And surprisingly, a number of those thoughts, if not most of them, were of a negative nature. Something along the lines of, no, I can't, I shouldn't, in some form of I can't do it type of thinking. And the question became, where did that thinking actually come from? And what can I do about it, if anything? There was a couple of people that took it a step further. What would happen? What would be possible if a person could take all that negativity, all that resistance, and clear it out of the way so that you could continue and to do what you wanted to do, what you needed to do, what you liked to do, without having to deal with all of that resistance? And at that point, the question became pretty intriguing. There was some research done not so long ago that indicated that an average person had heard no, or some form of no, over 148,000 times before they were 18 years old. Now think about that for a minute. That's 148,000 times before this person graduated from high school. On the flip side, the amount of positive reinforcement, there was almost none. It turns out that much of the thinking that you and I do, or the average person does, is some form of I can't, I shouldn't, I wouldn't, some form of negativity even now. How much is that? Well, it can be as much as 77%, according to some of the behavioral research that has been done in the past few years. 77%. That means that out of every 100 thoughts that goes through my head, 77 of them are negative. And how many thoughts go through the average person's head in the course of a day? I mean, we're talking about hundreds, thousands of thoughts that just go screaming through your head while you're walking the dog or mowing the lawn or whatever. Where did it come from? Well, it turns out that most of it came from parenting, teachers, this type of thing. A lot of it was meant to be protective. You know, don't touch that iron, you'll burn yourself, that kind of thing. As I say, 148,000 times before this person graduates from high school. They're not in the adult arena yet, so this is all of a protective nature. It's not necessarily meant to be destructive, but no is no. And if you have those thoughts running through your head, they will attract like thoughts to them. It's the old story of the subconscious constantly striving for the comfort zone. Will take the thoughts that are most predominant, and other thoughts that are similar will be attracted to it. What you see, what you read, what you hear, all of that all adds into it. Can anything be done? I mean, can you actually change this? Is it possible? Possible? Yeah. Difficult? Yeah. But possible. Suppose you were to replace the thoughts you had in your head the thoughts that are running through, the destructive thoughts, the negative thoughts or whatever, with new thoughts that were helpful and positive. Supposing you were to actually write out or think out the thoughts you wanted to have, and consciously and awarely put those thoughts in your head. There is actually no reason why you can't do that. Consider the sequence. You have programming, which starts from birth. Programming leads to beliefs about yourself, about the world, about how things work, which leads to your attitudes, how you deal with things. Your attitudes lead to feelings. The feelings lead to the actions that you take, and your actions lead to your results that you get in your life with what you do, what you say, what you think, what you feel. If you change the programming, you'll change the results. There's a number of different techniques that have been explored with self-talk. The book that I was reading and was fascinated with was called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. He goes so far as to suggest different things that you can do to change that negativity, to free yourself from this resistance, in the form of talking to yourself, in the form of writing, digital recording, video like we're doing right now. There are a number of different ways, techniques that he explains. If you pick up his book and thumb through it, he has actually gone so far as to write down thoughts that you can actually use to reprogram your head. If you were to change the loop, if you were to actually put thoughts in your head that you wanted to have, instead of walking down thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that, instead thinking, that was a great job, and have it be automatic and unconscious, so that the loop that was playing in your head was a positive nature instead of a negative nature, what would you be able to do? What would you be able to accomplish? One of my favorite quotes is the quote that Dr. Helmstetter ends his book with. And it says, "You are everything that is. Your thoughts, your life, your dreams come true. You are everything you choose to be. You are as unlimited as the endless universe." It's basically his way of saying that with a little awareness and a little strategy, you can take the thoughts that were in there that are not serving you, that are not doing you well, that are not doing you justice, and change them. And in doing so, change the outcomes that you're experiencing in your life. Just a thought. This is JC from jcmckenzie.com. Have a good day.